official CD tag of 2025 by Glenn Kellaway. What a bunch of stupid questions. Hi fans of high quality entertainment, I am ready to do a official CD tag for 2025, which was started by my best buddy Glenn Kellaway from the basement. So he's got 15 questions and I'm going to answer them, and I'm going to answer them all. And by the way, I'm not going to mention the BEACHBOYS in this video, except for when I just mentioned them, just to make Glenn happy. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so I'll have his channel pinned in the comment section and all of the questions. So make sure if you do one of these video responses to tag Glenn and his channel. Here we go. It's actually some very good questions. It is nice to have a CD. I was, people were saying you should be doing a CD tag, but Glenn beat me to it this year. Okay, number one. When did you get your first CD player? I don't know. Whenever CDs just started to become really popular, so that would be, I guess, the mid-80s, and I do remember my first CD player being pretty expensive, like, not $1,000 like back in the day with VHS recorders, but probably at least $300, $400, which, was a lot of money back then. What was the first CD you ever bought? Yeah, I'm going to have to kind of guess. I'll say three. It was either Billy Joel with 52nd Street, which I believe was the very first CD released, and I was buying Billy Joel vinyl records back then. Or it could have been Dire Straits' Brothers in Arms. And now this one might have been a little later, but I'm also thinking it might have been U2, The Joshua Tree, because I remember buying it on vinyl and then getting it on CD whenever, a few months later or a few years later. Okay, the most recent CD you purchased. Well, I purchased it probably over a month ago, but I still haven't received it. I'm waiting for it. There's a postal strike here in Canada, so I don't know when I'm going to receive it, but if I remember, I'll put it here. It's Mark Farner's Closer to My Home, and I was planning to interview. It was all set up. I was planning to interview Mark again, but, I want to have the physical copy of the CD, so we've postponed it for now until I get the CD. Approximately how many CDs do you have in your collection? I would say each one of these lines here holds maybe around 100 CDs. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 levels. And then I've got box sets in my bedroom, up in the closet, all the Beatles, McCartney, and whatever. So I would say roughly about 1,000 CDs. Jewel cases or digipacks? Well, I think my favorite, I guess this is called a digipack. I'm not into all of this, what everything's called, but I do understand, jewel cases. Jewel cases can be a pain. So I definitely prefer just the paper. This is a good example. This is Creedence Clearwater Revival, Bio Country. And it's just like the vinyl album back in the day, except for the barcode, of course. Which I like it when it's kept similar to the original vinyl. But of course this opens, which the vinyl didn't. And yeah, the CD is placed carefully here. Easy to take out with these slots here. And sometimes there's even a picture in the back. So I think this is my favorite. And then also, you know, for this one, there's a nice booklet. No barcode there, so that's what the back of the original vinyl looked like. And then, yeah, so Digipacks, I think, are my favorite. Your best CD purchase of 2024? Well, there weren't too many. Sean Lennon's Asterisms I love, but my favorite would have to be John Anderson and the Band Geeks' True, with one of the best album covers ever. But yeah, this, I figured this would be at least a good album, but this is as good as some of the Yes albums that I love. You know, Magnification, the later ones. I think it's just a superb album. And the Band Geeks are amazing too. And John's voice has really held up well. Show a live album on CD. Well, I've got a few, but I thought I would do this. This is, I guess you would call it a bootleg, but, you know, when you buy a bootleg recording, sometimes the audio isn't the greatest, but this one, I would say it's not, you know, studio quality, but it sounds really good for a bootleg. So I highly recommend it if you're a Captain Beefheart fan. And there's the track listing. Yeah, and the band is on fire, as is Captain Beefheart. Well, it's a digipack. Yeah, this is another nice idea here. And then the booklet is held in this flap here. Even a picture behind the CD. The best sounding CD in your collection. There are many, but I have chosen this one. This, you know, I just have a Sony CD player. I use headphones for the most part. And this just sounds amazing on headphones. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard Paper Mache Dream Balloon. Your favorite CD cover or insert? Well, I don't want to, you know, show the typical Beatles Abbey Road or Sgt. Pepper, but this is, you know, right at the top. I've always loved this, you know, especially on vinyl, but it even looks good on CD. The Moody Blues, Every Good Boy Deserves Favor. I just love that painting. It's mystical. It's magical. It's the Moody Blues. Thank you. And also, it's like that, which is really cool. All right. Show a CD box set. I've got quite a few of those. I thought I would go way, way back in time to one of my first Paul McCartney. I think this might have been the very first one I bought. And it's funny how the format would change through the years. So there's kind of slim pickings for it, but it's still excellent to have. McCartney, his first album. A little worn there. There's my number. I think that this one is a bit pricey these days. And just a very nice booklet, and comes with 2 CDs, so the remastered album, and then CD 2 is bonus audio, and then a DVD bonus film, which is not that long, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But that's a box set. Show a CD from your favorite band. Well, my favorite band is the Beatles, but I'm not going to show you your typical Beatles album. I'm going to show you, this was gifted to me a couple of years ago. Now and Then. Here's the track listing. It's not official, it's a bootleg. Don't tell anybody. But yeah, even the label is really cool. Apple label. Look, there's a picture under the CD. Yeah, so, but, you know, not lots, but, you know, viewers do send me things, and so whoever sent this, sometimes I forget who sent what, but thank you once more. What artist or band do you have the most CDs? The Beat. I almost said the BEACHBOYS words. Don't do that again. I've got lots of Beatles, you know, with their anthology and the red and blue. I've got lots of Sparks, lots of David Bowie, lots of Blue Oyster Cult, lots of Frank Zappa. Lots of David Bowie. I actually think I'm going to say David Bowie, because I've got all of his studio albums and then some live albums. Yeah, I'll go with that as a guess. Do you collect CD and vinyl? No, I do have some vinyl. Yeah, I do have some I have some vinyl records here, but it's mainly CDs that I get. But it is fun to have the occasional vinyl record laying around somewhere. Have you ever sold your vinyl collection and stuck with the CD format? Yeah, for the most part, that's what happened when CDs became popular in the, I guess, the mid-'80s. I sold all of my vinyl records. I had quite a few Zappa albums on vinyl, and I didn't get much money for them either. You know, but everybody was saying, you know, at the time that vinyl's on its way out. I don't regret it, though, in a way, because CDs are more compact. Thank you. Okay, and show a CD you would like your viewers to listen to and give you feedback on. Well, it's not Sparks. It's not the dreaded B word. This is an album that I feel, just for fans of this artist, even if you're not a big fan of his solo career, I still think this album is very underrated and needs a lot more love. And so I just wish more people would check it out. It is Paul McCartney, Chaos and Creation in the Backyard. And this is the album that's where Paul's at his most serious, you know, with his lyrics. And yeah, it's just, you know, he's not looking for a hit single or anything like on some of his other albums, even more recent ones. It's just him. It's almost like his version of the Plastic Ono Band, and he's playing almost all of the instruments on it, which is amazing. So I highly recommend you check out, if you haven't already, or even if you have, give it another chance. All I am saying is, give Chaos and Creation in the Backyard another chance. Because after Ram, it's my favorite Paul McCartney solo album. And that is it. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.